Dear student, how are you? Fine? Yes. Today we are in our lecture number 6 of chemical bonding for JEE and NEET. In last lecture we discussed some configuration of molecule, not of atoms. Once again, we are taking configuration of dinitrogen gas. In the nitrogen, atomic number is 7. So, electronic configuration of atom 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1. Here is one, so also 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. 1s when combines, it gives sigma 1s and sigma star 1s. 2s combining and it forms sigma 2s, sigma star 2s. Here, yes, 2px combining forms pi 2px. 2py forms pi 2py. And 2pz combines forms sigma 2pz. Here pi star 2px, pi star 2py, then sigma star 2pz. Clear? Here 2 electrons. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here also 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is 3 plus 3, total 6. So 1 by 1. 1, 2 enters here, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Configuration of it, sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma star 2s2, then pi 2px2 equal to pi 2py2. Then sigma 2pz2. Now bond order. Formula for bond order is 1 half Nb minus Na. Number of bonding electrons without start 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Number of antibonding are 2 and 2, 4, having star. 10 minus 4, 6, 6 by 2, 3. So we can say in nitrogen molecule there are 3 bonds between 2 atoms. Triple bond occurs between 2 nitrogen atoms. This is our diagram. Now all the molecules are paired. All the electrons are paired. These are atomic orbitals. These are molecular orbitals. In the molecular orbital, all the electrons are paired. So by nature, N2 is a diamagnetic. Yes. Now we are going to compare. I am giving a trick. Every time this is not possible to draw graph. So I am giving you trick here how to define number bond order easily. I am giving you trick for getting bond order. So number of electrons and bond order. If number of electrons are 14 in nitrogen, total 7 plus 7, 14, so bond order is 3. If it is 15, then 2.5. If 16, then it will be 2. In 16, yes, in O2. 8 plus 8, 16, so bond order is 2 between 2 oxygen atom. 17, 1.5. So means O2 minus 1. 16 plus 1, 1 is gained. We have to count. If 18 electrons, so 18 in fluorine, so there will be one bond. This is trick. In 19 electron, 0.5. In the case of 20, neon, 10 plus 10, 20. Bond order is 0. Now Ne2 plus 20 minus 1, so there should be 19. Bond order 0.5. Now 13 electrons, so 2.5. In 13, N2 plus. Now 12 in C2, there will be 2 double bond between carbon carbon. If 11, then 1.5. Yes, this is our trick. Now with help of this our trick chart, getting bond order. Understood? In exam, question asked like this: N2 plus N2 minus and N2 minus 2. Find out bond order. Here 2 nitrogen, 7 plus 7, 14 electrons, so bond order is 3, direct. In N2 plus 7 plus 7, 14 minus 1, 1 will be cut, so 13, so 2.5. N2 minus means 7 plus 7, 14, 1 is gained, total 15 electrons, so here will be 2.5. N2 minus 2, 7, 7, 14 and another 2, 16, so there will be 2. Yes, sir. So this is the order, bond order. Now bond order, so N2 minus 2, then N2 minus equal to N2 plus, then N2. Here is 2, 2.5, 2.5, then 3. You can see. Now what about stability? Which one is more stable? Yes, this is the main question. Stability order. With increase in stability directly proportion with the bond order. Number of bond increases, stability increases. Yes. So here N2 minus 2 is less stable out of 4. But here is bond order same. So in this case what we have to do? Yes, I am giving you answer for that. For these two, N2 plus and N2 minus, what we have to do? Listen. For N2 plus and N2 minus, both having bond order 2.5. N2 plus nitrogen 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. Another nitrogen 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py, 2pz0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 3 plus 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now find out number of bonding and anti-bonding. This gives bond order. Number of bonding electrons 2, 4, 6, 8 and 9. Anti-bonding are 2 and 2, 4. 9 minus 4, 5. 5 by 2, so 2.5. Now in the case of N2 minus, one nitrogen, another minus 1. 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1. Here is one more due to one electron is gained by this nitrogen atom. So here 1s combines sigma 1s sigma star 1s, both are filled. Sigma 2s star 2s2. Here total electron 4 plus 3 7. 1 2 3 4. Filling sequence 1 2 3 4. Then here 5 6 and 7. So in this case bond order will be 1 half Nb minus Na. Number of bonding electrons rounded 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Antibonding are 2 plus 2 plus 1, 5. So 5 by 2, 2.5. Here bond order is same, but which one is more stable, which is our main question. Here find out number of antibonding electrons. Whenever bond order is same, we have to define number of antibonding electrons. Here 4, here 5, not bonding electrons, antibonding. In which case, whenever bond order same, so we have to check out the number of antibonding electrons. Here 4 and 5. So antibonding electrons repulse more to bonding electron. So stability should be less of N2 minus. So here stability is less of N2 minus than N2 plus. And maximum of 3, no problem. With increasing in bond number, stability increase. Whenever bond number same, in this case number of antibonding electrons whenever high, stability low. Understood? Now many questions asked in various exams. So you have to remember our trick. And one more thing we discussed, all the electrons are paired. Now what about example? O2, O2 minus, O2 minus 2, O2 plus and O2 plus 2. Find out bond order orally. O2, 8 plus 8, 16. 2 is loosed. So 14. In O2 plus 2, 16 electron. No, 14. So bond order is 3 here. In O2, yes, 16, so 2. In O2 minus 1, 16 and 1 is gained, 17 electrons. So 1.5 here. In O2 minus 2, 8 plus 8, 16 and 2 is gained, so 18 electrons are there. So bond order is 1. In O2 plus 16, 1 is cut, 15, so 2.5. So stability is the highest of O2 plus 2, then O2 plus, then O2, then after O2 minus 1 and very less O2 minus 2. This is stability order. I hope you enjoyed our trick. And whenever all the electrons are paired, here N2 plus and N2 minus, both having 1 unpaired electrons, so both are paramagnetic. But dinitrogen is diamagnetic. All the electrons are paired here. So this one diamagnetics. Understood? Now come to the next point. Our formal charge. Before formal charge, one question asked many times. In the following, which compound having ionic covalent and coordinate covalent bonds. So I am giving the example NH4Cl in ammonium chloride. NH4 plus and Cl minus possesses ionic bond, but in the NH4 plus 3 bonds are covalent and fourth one is coordinate covalent, donating 2 electrons to the H plus ion. So N plus combines with Cl by ionic bond. So ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate, all the bonds are present in ammonium chloride. Another example is ammonium phosphate. Sodium with phosphate makes a ionic bond. Here PO4 minus 3. Here bond is a coordinate covalent. Why? Phosphorus having 5 electrons. 3 is participated with oxygen, remaining 2 donates to oxygen. So covalent and coordinate covalent and ionic present in Na3PO4. Now another example is potassium nitrate. In KNO3, potassium with nitrate makes the ionic bond. But in the nitrate, covalent and coordinate covalent bond present. Potassium nitrate possesses all the 3 type of bonds. Now, method to define formal charge of the atom in the molecule. How to define formal charge? So there is a trick. Formal charge is equal to valence electron of the atom minus the non-bonding electrons minus 1/2 bonding electrons. I am giving the example. Suppose HNO3 one by one. First of all, hydrogen. Formal charge of hydrogen equal to, in individual atom, hydrogen having 1 electron in outermost orbit, yes. Non-bonding electron 0, 1 electron which is bonded, minus 1/2. Bonding electrons are 2. So 2 divided by 2, 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Formal charge is 0 of hydrogen atom. Now what about this oxygen? Oxygen has 6 electrons. Out of 6, 2 is bonded, remaining are 4. So formal charge of oxygen equal to total number of electrons in oxygen are 6. Non-bonding electrons are 4. 2 and 2, 4. Bonding electrons are left hand side 2, right hand side 2. Total 4. Divide by 2. So 6 minus 2 minus 2. So 0. So here is no any formal charge over oxygen atom. Now what about nitrogen? In the nitrogen atom, outermost electrons are 5. Now non-bonding electrons 0. 1, 2, 3, 4 and all the 5 is bonded. Non-bonding 0. Number of bonding electrons 2. બે ગણાઈ જાય. Participate also. 4 plus 2 plus 2, 8. So 8 divided by 2, 4. 5 minus 4 gives plus 1. So here nitrogen having positive charge, formal plus 1. What about oxygen? This one, double bond having. So here, out of 6, 2 is participated, but actually outermost electron in oxygen atom is 6, minus non-bonding electron 4, 2 and 2 4, minus 1 bonding electrons 4, 1 single bond હોય તો 2, 2 single bond છે double bond એટલે 4, so here will be 2, 6 minus 6 equal to 0. So this one having no any formal charge. Hydrogen 0 charge, formal 0, plus 1, here 0. Now what about this? So here outermost electron in oxygen 6, non-bonding electrons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 1 bonding electron 2, 6 minus 7 minus 1, so here formal charge is minus 1. Yes. Now bond order in resonating structure. Bond order in resonating structure. Resonating structure માં bond order કયો હશે? So there is a trick formula. Bond order in resonating structure is the total number of bonds divided by resonating number of resonating structure. So it gives average bond order. We can define using this formula. So here now next point I am giving you example. One by one we will discuss of it. In the carbonate, carbon, oxygen, oxygen. This is your carbonate. 2 electrons are coming here, so these 2 comes here. Now these 2 comes here. So how many resonating structures are? 3. Total number of bonds 1, 2, 3 and 4. Divide by number of resonating structure 3. So here bond order is 1.33 in carbonate. Understood? Now in ozone. These 2 electron comes here. So these 2 here moves. So ozone having 2 resonating structure. Total number of bonds are 1, 2 and 3. 3 by 2 gives 1.5. This pi bond is continuously changing, delocalized. So bond order average between oxygen and oxygen is 1.5. Now what about phosphate? PO4 3 minus 1 phosphorus and 3 oxygen. So actually here resonating structures are 4. Pi bond is continuously changes its place on 4 places, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So resonating structure are total number of bond 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Divide by 4, so 1.25. Yes. Now in ClO3 minus, ClO4 minus, here also it changes 4 times its place. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Total number of bonds are 2, 2, 2, 6 and 7. Divide by 4. So 1.75. So in exam asked, give the sequence of the bond order. So lowest in phosphate. Then after 1.30, 1.5. This one is 1.25. Then after ozone. Then after carbonate. And then after ClO4 minus, having highest bond order. Understood? And whenever increasing bond order, stability increases. Understood? With increasing in bond order, stability increases. Now what about hydrogen bond? Yes, our main point is hydrogen bond. There are two types of hydrogen bonds. Types of the hydrogen bond. Two. Inter and intra. Actually, which type of atoms possesses hydrogen bond? Nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. All the three elements have highest electronegativity, so it possesses. But listen, it should be combined with hydrogen. An example, another exception is hydrogen cyanide. In hydrogen cyanide, carbon experiences sp hybridization, so electronegativity of this carbon is high. Yes, so which is more polar. So hydrogen cyanide, between two molecules of hydrogen cyanide, there will be hydrogen bond forms exceptionally. Whenever hydrogen bond occurs between two different two molecules. Here oxygen having two lone pair. Polarity is maximum between hydrogen oxygen. So positive charge hydrogen attracts toward lone pair of the oxygen of second molecule of the water. So this is inter hydrogen bonding. Yes, what about intra? In the orthonitrophenol, positive charge hydrogen combines in the same molecule. Hydrogen bond occurs between two atoms, that is the intra hydrogen bond. So in which type of compound intra-hydrogen bond occurs? Orthonitrophenol. This one is orthonitrophenol. Then saldehyde. Here is COOH. Here is OH. So hydrogen bond occurs between oxygen and hydrogen. Now 2,4,2,6-dihydroxybenzoate. To 6-dihydroxybenzoate and chloral. Actually, two OH group present on same carbon, it should be highly unstable. But here, due to intra hydrogen bonding which is stable. Formula of chloral is CCl3 and CHOH twice. Chloral is stable due to hydrogen bonding. Now, due to hydrogen bonding, viscosity increases. Due to hydrogen bonding, viscosity in proportion with the number of hydrogen bond. Number of hydrogen bond increases, viscosity increases. Methanol having less viscosity than ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol having less viscosity than glycerine. In methanol there is one OH group. In ethylene glycol there are two OH groups. In glycerol there are three. So here 3 OH group, so intermolecular hydrogen bonding are maximum. So viscosity, denseness of the liquid, viscosity means increases. Same in ether, viscosity is higher of methanol than dimethyl ether. Why? Ether never makes a hydrogen bond, but remember, ether makes a hydrogen bond with water. Ether with ether is not forming hydrogen bond, but ether with water forms hydrogen bond. In methanol hydrogen bond occurs, but water is more dense than both of two. Why? There is no any hydrogen bond. But in methanol there is one OH group. But in the water, 2 hydrogen is partially positive and 2 lone pair. So it makes a 4 hydrogen bonding like this. Positive charge hydrogen attracts toward the lone pair of the oxygen. Lone pair of the oxygen attracts. Here 2 lone pair attracts toward the positive charge of the water. So 1 molecule of water makes 4 hydrogen bonds. So this one also less. So water is dense than methanol. Methanol is dense than ether. Like this, which is more dense? Out of HNO3, nitric acid, H2SO4 is more denser, more viscous than nitric acid. And now phosphoric acid. In HNO3 there is one OH group. In the sulfuric acid there are 2 OH groups. Where in the phosphoric acid there are 3 OH groups. So one OH group makes a hydrogen bond, then 2 OH groups are making more hydrogen bond, and in 3 OH group it makes a more maximum hydrogen bonding. So which are dense? H3PO4 is more dense. Understood? Now surface tension. Also directly proportion with the number of hydrogen bonds. Yes, so which one having high surface tension? Obviously H3PO4, there are 3 OH group. In the compound, number of hydrogen bonding is more. So like viscosity, surface tension is more in glycerin, less in ethylene glycol and less in methanol. Understood? Now boiling point and melting point also directly proportion with number of hydrogen bonds. you can see boiling point of methanol is higher than ether, having near about molecular mass. Actually, boiling point and boiling point depends upon molecular mass. Here, having near about molecular mass, we can compare methanol has more boiling point than ether. Why? There is no any hydrogen bond. In methanol there is hydrogen bond, but water has highest out of two. Yes, 100 degrees Celsius due to hydrogen bonding. In the group number 15A, hydrides, antimony hydride, which is solid, so it has the highest boiling point than ammonia, arsenic hydride, and phosphine. In phosphine and arsenic there is no hydrogen bond, but with increasing molecular mass, boiling point increases here. So why ammonia? Ammonia has less melting point in both the less molecular mass of these two, but ammonia possesses hydrogen bond, so boiling point is higher of these two. Now antimony hydride is why there is no any hydrogen bond, but molecular mass is very high and which is solid at room temperature. Now in group number 16, group number 5A means group number 15. Hydride of group number 16 are water, tellurium H2Te, H2Se, and H2S. H2S is actually gas. These are gas and liquid due to hydrogen bonding. So boiling point is higher. Here sulfur, then selenium, then tellurium. Molecular mass increases, so boiling point. Here out of three there is no any hydrogen bond, but due to increasing in molecular mass, van der Waals attraction increases, so melting point and boiling point increases gradually. Here highest due to hydrogen bonding. Now in group number 17, group number 17, 7A, hydride of it, HF, then HI, HBr and HCl. Chlorine, bromine, iodine have no capacity to form hydrogen bonding. Fluorine have. So HF is liquid at room temperature and highest boiling point out of 4. Here chlorine, bromine to iodine, molecular mass increases, so due to that the boiling point increases, but here is due to hydrogen bonding, boiling point is highest. Now out of 3, HF, ammonia and water, which one has the highest boiling point? Nitrogen, ammonia, then HF, then water. Remember, boiling point order is like this. Now vaporization is inversely proportional with the strength of hydrogen bond. Vaporization of water is less due to hydrogen bonding. Whenever hydrogen bond is more strong, vaporization less. So out of 3, which one is more vaporized? Ammonia. Then less HF, then less water. Ammonia easily vaporized due to in all of 3 there is hydrogen bond, but boiling point is lower of ammonia. So it means hydrogen bonding is slightly weaker than both. So easily evaporates. Now last, acetic acid when we dissolves into benzene. So actually what happens? It combines with each other by strong hydrogen bonding and it makes a molecule. Here actually molecular mass is 60, but it became 120. But acetic acid, when we dissolves into water, so ionization occurs. Understood? Acetic acid in benzene experiences association, but acetic acid in water experiences dissociation. This chapter main point over. We will meet in next lecture with our new chapter. Till then, bye. Take care.